Hey everyone, welcome, I am MisterBo, and in today's video we're going to be going over the changes in the hotfix of 2.0.3.1, the one about loot. So there are a few big changes in here. They're stopping the cheese in the blind well, they're also stopping the cheese for getting mod components, they're making the Ace of Spades exotic questline a little bit easier, and they're making sure that you never lose your Oracle offering again. So let's start off with Heroic Adventures. They have fixed an issue where Barons were providing legendary rewards outside of Heroic Adventures. Barons in Heroic Adventures now reward one guaranteed legendary per day. Subsequent kills grant legendary rewards at a reduced rate. Moving on to weapons and items, they have fixed an issue where players can get stuck with the origin story or the last dance weapons if they use the character level boost after obtaining them in Homecoming. They have also fixed an issue where the Braytech legendary scout rifle dismantled into mod components. Again, this was a thing that a lot of people did. They would take this scout rifle out of their collections, delete it, and then get the mod components and go and buy the mod that Banshee was selling on that day, pretty much allowing you to get all the mods fairly easily. Well, now you're going to have to go back to the old-fashioned way of just dismantling weapons as you get them and hoping you get a mod component from them. We can then move on to some changes with the Dreaming City. The offering to the Oracle now sorts to the pursuits bucket rather than consumables. They have removed the weekly bounty that required players to redeem an offering for the Oracle. Again, this was a major problem people were facing. They would go and get that step done, so they'd get the offering to the Oracle, but unfortunately because their consumables were full, the offering to the Oracle just disappeared. It didn't go to the Postmaster, so now hopefully that going to the Pursuits tab instead of the Consumables tab fixes that problem so people won't lose that anymore, and they're pretty much just getting rid of that weekly bounty. Now, because the Dreaming City weekly challenge requires you to complete 3 weekly bounties, well, they're now changing that so it only requires you to complete 2 weekly bounties. They have also fixed an issue where some enemies would improperly spawn chests after being killed. Players can no longer obtain Dreaming City rewards when repeating the mission Awakening. Another thing that people would do is they'd replay that mission to get the armor set for the Dreaming City. And finally, they have fixed an issue where the Telesto could be used to accelerate progression of objectives in the blind well. This was a really big glitch bug that people managed to find. Shooting projectiles for the Telesto on the floor and then just shooting those projectiles would count as enemy hits, meaning you could get through rounds in mere seconds, allowing you to complete tier 1, tier 2 and even tier 3 in a matter of 5 to 10 minutes. Obviously with the tier 4 heroic one you had to complete a tier 3, and now with this change it's going to take a little bit longer to get those tier 4 heroic completions, but I think this is a change that obviously needed to be done. I have no idea how people managed to figure this out or how it was even in the game, but luckily it's fixed now. And then the final changes are to do with Gambit. So players now progress the Cade's Will quest step by defeating either invaders or general enemies with hand cannons. This is part of the exotic quest to get the Ace of Spades, and a lot of people were struggling with this. You needed to kill invaders who were coming into your arena and not you invading them with a hand cannon, and you needed to kill 5 of them. It was a pretty tricky challenge if you maybe don't use hand cannons that much, or maybe you're just not a great shot, or if you were getting rinsed by Sleeper Simulant, then you probably had a hard time getting this quest step completed. Well, now you can just kill enemies with a hand cannon and progress that step, hopefully allowing you to get the Ace of Spades a lot easier now. And then the final change for Gambit and the final change for this hotfix is they have turned off the rejoin functionality in Gambit, which I think is a pretty strange change. If you're playing with a team you know and you get DC'd, you're no longer able to rejoin them and help them finish the game. The same way where if you're playing a game and someone disconnects, you're left with a 3-man team instead of 4, no one's going to be able to just join in and replace that person, meaning you're a man down and probably going to lose that match. So that's a pretty strange change. Maybe it's only temporary, we'll have to wait and see. So there you go, those are the patch notes for hotfix 2.0.3.1. Let me know what you guys think of them. What do you think about these changes? Are you happy to see they fixed the Braytech legendary scout rifle cheese as well as the blind well cheese, or did you use them? Were you stuck on that exotic quest step to get kills on invaders with the hand cannon? And what do you think about rejoin functionality being disabled in Gambit? I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions on that in the comments below. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to give the like button a big old hug, subscribe for more gaming content and coverage, boop that bell to be notified when my future videos go live. Hopefully you're having an awesome day, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.